Welcome back, my agents, to another episode of The Insured Gamer, playing Kerbal Space Program. Today, we have a mission, and it involves a large rocket that looks like something else, but that's okay. So today, we are going to focus on getting some Kerbals out of the orbit of the moon. Yes, there are lost Kerbals up there, as we have found before. We have some Kerbals that are orbiting around the moon that need our help. We're going to see if we can get into orbit with the moon today and retrieve them. I believe that we have enough fuel to do all that. This is called the Moon Lander Retriever. So it's not going to be landing on the moon, but rather retrieving those who did land on the moon. The odds of success, I don't know, because I did build it a little bit bigger so that we could come back down to the Earth, but I don't know if it's going to work or not. We'll see. We've got Duden riding with us today. Duden is going to see if he can get to the moon to retrieve our pilots and scientists. I've come into quite a bit of predicament here, is that we don't have an engineer on board the other ship. And now that I think about it, I probably could have put one on this ship, but that's okay. We'll find a way to make it work. We'll find a way. All right, dude, and good luck. All right, we've gotten into an orbit here. I don't know why I have an alarm here. I don't know how I made the alarm, but apparently I made an alarm. But anyways, we got into an orbit here. We're just going to now see if we can intercept the moon. We want to bring back all those Kerbins back home to Kerbal. Good job, Duden. So far, you have... What the heck is that? That's your own debris. You pooping in outer space? Anywho, get to the moon, Duden. Just now making our calculated burn to see if we can get into the orbit with the moon. Now what we will do, and I'll try to explain it a little bit later, but we're going to get, or right about here, we're going to make another adjustment. Now currently I'm just getting to the moon, but right here we're going to make another adjustment to see if we can go ahead and get into an orbit. Oh, there we go. And there she is. We're going to make another adjustment to see if we can get into the correct orbit with our other thing here. So you see right here, we're currently just going to run into the moon, but what we're going to do is make an adjustment so that we can actually get into a correct orbit. It'll save us much fuel if we can get into an orbit right here. Yes, that's the plan anyways. See if it works. Because really, when you make adjustments out here, since you're out in just space and really you're in between the moon and Kerbin, it doesn't cost as much fuel because there's no gravity pulling you anywhere. So, oh, no, we don't want to warp there. We don't want to warp there. We want to make an adjustment, add a maneuver. Good grannies. So we can make that maneuver here. Should be able to. Shouldn't have a problem doing that. We'll make that adjustment. All right, and so we've made our maneuver that'll happen in about 18 minutes. And again, we're making that slight adjustment, and it only 11 seconds of burn time, which is not long at all to make that slight adjustment so that we can get into a good orbit, or the orbit of that one, of the moon lander, so that we can intercept the moon lander. And then, of course, once we get about here, we'll start making our slow push back to get into the actual orbit of the moon. But we did have to make that slight adjustment so that we could get into a correct pattern to get into that orbit, so that we can rescue some people. So we'll come back when we're into orbit with the moon. Well, I've come into a huge mistake. I realize I am going retrograde and they are going prograde, or vice versa, something like that. So I'm not really sure how we're going to get into this, get out of this. I don't know. We're going to try to get our maneuver. Of course, we want to go around the moon, but I think we'll make our turn right at here. I hope we have enough fuel. I mean, I can't be certain that we have enough fuel, but I hope that we do. And then when we get out here, basically all you do is you just gotta flip yourself, I guess. I've honestly never done it before. I've never gone from a retrograde burn to a prograde burn. That's not how I work. But it was a mistake. Yes, it was a mistake I made. I should have come in from this angle, but I came in from this angle. But we'll figure it out. No worries. We'll figure it out. We're making our turn now. We're doing it at the farthest part away from the moon, because it has the least amount of gravity, and therefore it would be easier, I believe. And we've still got quite a bit of fuel left, too. I'm kind of happy with how this is going, actually. Kind of actually surprised of how well it's going, too. We just have to continue to make that gradual turn. And easy does it. We're already halfway around. Going quite well, actually. Oh yes, look at this now. Look at her. And I would say our fuel is decent. We are burning quite a bit of fuel. Honestly, this shouldn't have happened. I should have come in a different angle. We wouldn't be burning all of this fuel, but I think we'll be okay. There we go. Alright, we're in the correct burn now. Again, we spent a lot of fuel on doing that, but I think it'll be okay. See if we can get in a lower orbit. Burning a lot of fuel, I believe. But we'll see what we can do. Alright. You know what? We decided to start over. We brought Dudum back. And this time, we're going to be a little bit more prepared. We went ahead and brought Andrea, a scientist, with us. Or excuse me, not a scientist, an engineer. Because really we want to make sure and get some communication on this device. The biggest thing is we went into a wrong orbit, which we will make sure and not do that this time. Again, fortunately, we were able to bring Duden back so that we could relaunch, get it up there, get into orbit. We'll get the correct direction this time. We'll make sure we're all going right. All right, we've made it back. We are now in orbit with the moon and on the right trajectory. Yes, the moon lander is on the inside. We're on the outside. It'll be going faster than us, but shouldn't be a problem at all. We'll make sure we make the corrections so that we can link up with it. Oh yes, exciting about this. We have brought, of course, along with us, like I said before, Andrea. She's going to be attaching some solar panels and also a communications link so that we can, if all else fails, we can send information back to Kerbal. Ah, yes. Let's see if we can find that moon lander. Get him back home. Get him back home safe. All right. We're coming in close contact now with the moon lander. We're going a little fast, but I'm not too worried about it. Still got about 4 minutes before we're going to hit it. So I'm not too worried. We're going to set our thrusters down just a hair. Still have plenty of fuel. Absolutely wonderful. Plenty of fuel. Speed up just a little bit because we do want that intersection to be about 2 minutes before we make any adjustments. which it does say 3 minutes now, but yeah, we're going to get quite close to it. Our target speed, we're wanting to reduce that just a little bit, just a hair now. I see we're getting further away, but you know, we're going to get pretty close. It says within 17 meters of it, so that's really good. And then we'll reduce that speed down quite a bit as well. Gonna keep getting a little closer. We're speeding up time just a little bit. There we go. Okay. See if we can do a little bit of touch-ups here. Yeah, we're just slowing her down just a little bit. Like I want to push the power up just a hair. That way we get that speed reduced way down there. Excellent. The target speed is still looking a little fast, but we're good so far. All right, coming in nicely here now. Very nice, very nice. She's just cruising out at 0.2 meters per second. That's very good, very manageable, very reasonable. We did have to butt the thrusters up just a little bit because we were coming in quite fast, but not too bad. Let's see, we want to get that speed down just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Speed, well, that's 0.1, and that's very good. That is quite good. All right, so we've got a lot of data that is on board the other ship. A lot of data that we're going to need to move. And I think right now we're doing pretty good. I mean, I would like to get a little closer, but I'm not too worried about it. No, I'm not too worried about it. And she's coming very close. Very close now. I just want to straighten her up just a hair. Just a quick little hair. Yeah. We would love to get that target speed to 0, but I don't know if we're going to get there. That is pretty deadgum close to 0 if I've ever seen it. All right, that should be right at, yep, that's right at target speed right there. All right, let's see. We're going to switch over here. We've got a lot of science once again to dump. Valentina, we're going to get you out on the EVA here. I want you to take all that data. Yes, take all that data. I want to get you back safely here as well. Can you take all the data from here too? Take data? Oh, there's 6. Oh my goodness, yes. Oh, looking absolutely beautiful here. Where's the door for this? I know there's a door around here somewhere. You get a little bit more comfortable as time goes on with how to maneuver in space. I will say that as well. You get a little bit more comfortable. It's not quite as scary as it once was. But we're going to take some data. So store. Oh, yes. Storing that data. Ooh, look at that. Store experiments. Oh, we're storing. Oh, my goodness. All right, let's get up here. Go ahead and climb aboard. Board anyway, dump experiments. Okay, so basically what this means is that there's experiments already in there that we have that we're gonna just dump because it's already in there, so, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not like we're not losing any science here. We're going to transfer crew to this. Let's take a crew report. Why not? Nothing in there, though. We're going to EVA you. Is there any reports? Uh-oh. Okay. Let go, please. Oh, we might collide, but I think it'll be okay. Yeah, I think it'll be okay. Basically just getting all the crew over from one ship to the other. What I would have loved to have done, but I think that I've got it on here anyways. I forgot to... We could do that. It's not a big deal. I was going to say put the communications tower so that we can dump some of this and at least get some back to home base. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. And for the last crew member... Transfer crew. Review. Yeah, there's nothing in there. Let's do a crew report. Yeah, okay. All right. So let's EVA you. All right, we're letting go now of the orbital, or excuse me, Moonlander 1. Bye-bye, Moonlander. You're no longer needed. Your services are no longer needed. You have been quite an enormous help to us. We've got quite a bit of science as well. We're gonna make it back home now, though. That's our goal. Anyways, making it back home. We've got plenty of fuel. I mean, I couldn't foresee going wrong with the fuel. There we go. Absolutely. Yes, we're gonna dump those experiments again. That doesn't mean we're losing the experiments by any means. Well, we don't need to target him anymore. But that doesn't mean that we lose the experiments by any means. It just means that we are, we're good. We're good with the experiments, and we have multiple experiments in there, and we don't need them anymore. So yeah, that's what we're doing now. Well, it's gonna be time now to deorbit our wonderful moon. Let's see, we're going in the wrong direction again. I forgot about that. And then get it safe back home. We're ready. I believe we're ready for this. I'm gonna add this maneuver. We're gonna get out of the moon's orbit, which shouldn't take that much to get out of the orbit of the moon. Shouldn't take that much. Oh wow, actually takes quite a bit to get out of the orbit of the moon. There we go. Does that do it? No? Let's see, I think if we want to do it there, that'll cost the least amount of fuel, right? And get us the furthest? No. That'll get us the furthest. How much fuel are we going to be losing here? We add another maneuver. How much fuel we have left? It's only 134. Oh yeah, we're gonna have plenty of fuel. But what if we want to get back into the orbit? Okay, right there. Add maneuver. Oh yeah, here we go. That's gonna get us out of the orbit of the moon and back into the orbit of the Earth. However, that is quite a long ways. We don't want to do that. We want to do it where we're in the orbit of... Ooh, boy. We don't want to go into that. Oh, my goodness. Wow, that would be a huge orbit. Look at that. Around the... We would be in orbit around the sun. Goodness gracious, no. Wow. Well, then we could travel to other planets, but we certainly don't have enough fuel for this. Or for that, rather. But rather we just want to be in the orbit of the Earth, which I think that would get it to us. Yeah. We might have to use the moon to slingshot us again. Which wouldn't be a bad idea, but we are just in a weird position. I will say that. We're in a mighty weird position to be in an orbit. But we'll make it safe back to Earth, I have no doubt. A 49-minute burn? No, that's because we don't have our thrusters all the way up. There we go, 14-second burn. scared the poop out of me. All right, well, this has been the Assured Gamer. Until next time, we're gonna land these bad boys. It shouldn't be a problem at all to land them, but we're gonna land them, and that you don't need to see that because it's just landing them. Anyways, until next time, stay safe out there.